Hey soldiers, this is Sergeant Merrill, and today I'd like to talk a little bit about the Stinger in Battlefield 4 and anti-air balance in general. Alright, so I don't want this to be seen as a video for complaining. This is a video for discussion about balance and what we think would make the game better. Hopefully one of the developers see this and they can make some changes based off of it. This video is also kind of meant to help you, because it's going to have some helpful tips on what is and is not useful in Battlefield 4 at this current moment. So right now, the Stinger, if you ask me, is all but worthless. You start out with 5 missiles. That's incredible. And they lock on pretty fast. But as you see here, I have the perfect vantage point on this helicopter. Put all 5 missiles in just immediate succession, one after the other, as fast as I can possibly fire, and it's still not enough to take it down. And this is very circumstantial. I mean, not often do you have such a great vantage point on a helicopter. And I'm thinking, man, after those 5 missiles, maybe I just didn't get the credit. Maybe there's some type of glitch. But nope, this helicopter is 100% good to go. And there he is going off, having a good old time again. And this is kind of confusing considering that if a sniper uses their PLD and laser designates the helicopter and you put off 1 RPG on it, it's enough to completely destroy it. Not immobilize it, completely destroy it. And oftentimes they don't even get a warning. I mean, you'll get a warning that you're getting locked on, but the RPG itself doesn't give that iconic ding 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 ding, you're about to explode kind of sound effect. While you do get those with the Stingers and the Heat Seekers. So I find it interesting because why would you run with anything but fire extinguishers with this being the case? Because I think some people are going to argue that the helicopter had fire extinguishers, that's why he was able to soak up 5 Stinger missiles. And that being the case, I wouldn't run with anything but fire extinguishers. And I certainly wouldn't run with the Stinger, because you have no ability to fire ground targets. You're giving up all ability to fire at tanks to specifically take down air targets. And it's not effective in doing that. It's not effective in doing its only job. So in this video, and especially in the comment section, I wanted to talk about some different ideas that we could roll around that would make it better. One thing that I really like about the Heat Seekers, when you hit a target, it may not do an incredible amount of damage. I think it only does 50 collectively, depending on where you hit the helicopter. But when it hits the helicopter, it slams that thing. Sometimes if you hit them from the side, it'll slam them all the way over. So if they're not destroyed by the actual explosion of the Hydras, they'll get destroyed because they can't get the helicopter back under control. And that's even one of the point indicators that you're affecting the mobility of the aircraft. So maybe they just need to increase that a little bit more if they don't want to increase the damage. I completely understand. The Stingers lock on super quick, and it takes forever for those flares to come back. I'm not saying that the Stingers need to destroy these aircrafts in 1 or even 2 hits. Just not that you can fire all 5, you fire all of your rockets into it and it just completely eats it up like it's breakfast. What I'm saying is if you get hit by the Heat Seeker or by the Stinger, you need to be a good pilot and understand that your mobility is going to be significantly decreased and you need to prepare for that. Because right now, as far as the damage is concerned, I'm just talking about the attack choppers. We're not even talking about the Venom and the escort helicopters that can sit there and have an engineer repairing the whole time. What are you going to do about those guys with a Stinger? You could put 10 Stingers into that thing and it wouldn't do shit. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. You know, how they can balance the Stingers and just anti-air in general if you have any gripes with it. I'd really like to see what you guys think. But that's all I have for this video. This is Sergeant Merrill, out here.